let's test this aux port real quick. Make sure it works before we go through the trouble of taking it off the back plate. That's odd. This this aux port also only works on the left side. So I've tested these before. You know, I mean, sometimes even if you test things and they sit on a shelf or they sit, you know, in a safe place for a couple of months or a year or whatever, you know, sometimes things happen and things break and they don't work like they used to. So I always like to double check, triple check before. I just think, oh yeah, I've tested this a while ago and I'm just gonna drop it in without retesting. But it just seems kind of weird that something I know I've tested in the past is not working on the same ear again. So hopefully, what I'm getting at is hopefully it's not an issue with the motherboard itself. I wish I had another iPod here to test with, but I don't. So I'm gonna grab, I have lots of these aux ports, so I will grab another one and we'll test again. Okay, here's one that's not even in a case. So let's plug this guy in. If I can get it. Okay. So I'm going to plug the headphones in at first. I don't want to touch, I don't really want to touch any of the innards while it's got power. And I'm going to leave this hold switch out here so I can test that. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're fired up. Let's plug it in, and or it's already plugged in, but let me throw the headphones on real quick and we will see. Okay, so both ears work in that one, so it was just a fluke that the other one that I just tried is bad. So let me see if I can get this hold switch to engage. Yep. Hold switch works. Perfect. Okay, so we can go ahead and mount this this aux port into the case. Just undo it from here. Perfect. Okay, then we're just going to slide this guy into place right here. Hopefully. Sometimes it takes a little persuasion. Okay, sometimes these do not fit like they should. I don't know if you could really see, it's kind of blurry, but there's like a little nub right there where my knife is, and we are just going to take that off. I don't stab myself. There it is. Okay, let's see if we can get it to fit now. So sometimes these come off of different generations and they just barely do not fit. So every once in a while you kind of find one that you get a doctor up. Hopefully that was enough. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a screw on this left side. We'll see if we can get it to stay. Oh, I just lost my screw, there it is. Okay, actually, let's do a test here. This is the one that I just did. really hard for me to get them straight, but yeah. This one might just be, this one, the one that we took off, actually might just be a touch smaller. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to, so this plastic piece here is different. So I am actually going to remove this one, and I'm going to put the old plastic piece on the new one. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so this just slides in here like so. If you see like the black part in the center, that, oh damn it, that lines up with, oh actually, sorry, it's kind of, there we go, that little hold switch right there. So we just slide this into place, just like that. So that's kind of, sorry if that's not focusing. Now I'm just gonna find the screw that was dropped. It's all right, we can just use this one. There we go. Now we're in. And then now that slides. Okay, got the plastic part back on here. So let's see if she fits. There we go. That's better. Okay, so let's get our screws back in. Good. And this guy just fits right up there like that. Screw in that part. Don't tighten it all the way, leave a little bit of slack so we can wiggle this around to make sure this screw here is lined up. Okay. Oh yeah, we are good. Let's make sure this guy looks like it. Yep, so that switches on and off just fine. Okay, let's put it back together. Let's make sure everything works. Okay, now we need to insert this cable, this aux cable, back in the aux port here. Let's do that. Let me zoom in so you can actually see. And I apologize if my fat hands are in the way. Oops. There we go. Okay, cable's in. Now we just need to fold this clip down. Okay, good. And like before, we don't need any battery. We're just going to plug straight into power, and that will be sufficient enough. Okay, I'll see you in just a second. Okay. Let me plug in my headphones real quick, and let's just double check and make sure everything is still in working order. Yep, both headphones work. I have the clicking noise from when I scroll up and down. And the hold switch works. Perfect. Okay, so now let's do the 512 gigabyte upgrade. Okay. So this out by releasing the clip, pulling the drive out. This is our drive right here. It's a 512 gigabyte Samsung SD card. And our drive housing that holds the SD card, which is a Tarkin iFlash Solo. And we just stick the card in right there. I like to check the seat twice. Okay, so one thing that can happen with these is if the iPod was to take a drop head first, straight down like this, the jolt can actually dislodge the SD card. So I like to tape it just to keep it secure. Just grab a little piece of tape, secure it in. Then the Tarkin board comes with these pads, and I just take the pad off, one of the pads off. I kind of just stick it here also in front of the card just for a little bit of added security. Okay, so now we are going to, let's release the battery clip first before we put in the hard drive. So we take our spudger, hold down on the white part of the clip, take a paper clip tool, and work your way behind the black part of the clip, and that releases it. Now we're going to install the hard drive. We will take our spudger and just work the ribbon cable in. Okay, we're all the way in. Then we just push this clip down. And then the last thing we need to do is grab a new battery. And I need to order new batteries, or not new batteries, but more batteries. I am just about out. I got one left besides this one. Okay. So you see this this metal part right here, that faces the inside of the iPod. So this folds down like so, and then this just fits right in there. Then you take your spudger again while holding the battery cable down. You press down on the battery clip. There it is. Easy peasy. And that's the screen that we want to see. So I'm going to hook it up to iTunes real quick, restore it, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, this iPod is good to go. It's been upgraded to 512 gigabytes. The battery is in, aux port's working. It's restored to iTunes fine, syncs music great. Like I said, hold switch works, aux port works, scroll wheel works, the buttons all work, and the battery actually does show that it is gaining charge. So I think it's safe to say this one is good. Let's close it up and get it back to the customer. So now, first thing, before we actually close up this case, when you're opening these, you're prying out to release the clips. You kind of inadvertently make the case, you kind of stretch out the case a little bit, and what you want to do is you want to try to bend that back in as the best of your ability to make it look like it hasn't been opened. So what I do is I just pick up the case like this, not too far off of the iPod because you are still attached by the battery and the aux port cable, but you just want to pick it up just a little bit, and then use your fingers and then just kind of work it down and just kind of press in, trying to make everything look tight again. All right, and then once that's done, put it back over, and that's it. And then one more time, just to make sure nothing was pinched or nothing changed positions. I always like to throw headphones in one more time and just make sure everything still does work, because last thing you would want is to you think you had everything working and then you change something around and you send it back to the owner without checking it, and then there's a problem, and Then they send it back, and just no fun. Okay, so listed a little bit of music. Got music in both headphones, Play works, Next works, Center works, Menu works, and Previous works, and the Hold switch works. So I think that's it, guys. I think we'll call it a night from there. Everybody have a wonderful night, and we'll talk to you guys later.